And I thought I'd give you an explanation about the ritual that goes with the red heifer. There's five of them there, and they'll be inspected before any of these animals get sacrificed for whatever reason. So let's have a look at what the Lord said in the book of Numbers, chapter 19, beginning at verse 1. Now the Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, "This is the ordinance of the law which the Lord has commanded, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, that they bring you a red heifer without blemish, in which there is no defect, and on which a yoke has never come. You shall give it to Eleazar the priest, that he may take it outside of the camp, and it shall be slaughtered before him. And Eleazar the priest shall take some of its blood with his finger, and sprinkle some of the blood 7 times directly in front of the tabernacle of meeting. Then the heifer shall be burnt in his sight. The hide, its flesh, its blood, and its offal shall be burnt. And the priest shall take cedar wood and the hyssop and scarlet, and cast them into the midst of the fire burning the heifer. And then the priest shall wash his clothes, he shall bathe in water, and afterwards he shall come into the camp. The priest shall be unclean until the evening." And so this ritual or uncleanliness goes on to the person who made the fire, the person who gathers the ashes, the person who mixes it with water. And the bottom line here is that this is a purification law that God's put in place. So if you touch a dead body, you're considered unclean. And by Wednesday, if you are sprinkled with this water, by Friday you will be clean. So 7 days. Now, if you don't do this, then you will always be unclean, and you will come into the tabernacle and you will reap what you sow. God won't be too happy with you with that. So we read here that everything that the water touches is going to purify it and cleanse it in the eyes of God, so it becomes acceptable. Now, I mentioned the tools of the building of the third temple. Pretty much now I can see that the people who build the temple, along with their tools and all that equipment, will be purified with the water. And by that evening, they'll be cleansed. And then they will go ahead and they will build the tabernacle and the Holy of the Holies, the holy place as well. So everybody that's working on that site is going to be sprinkled with this water. And naturally the rabbi is going to take the blood and sprinkle it where he needs to sprinkle it. And if I think now, holy water is a big thing in the Catholic Church. And they must have taken it from this and made it into a literal ritual for them to do. And if I look at this and I look at christening of a baby, it's pretty much in line with perhaps this Bible chapter. Well, I might be wrong, but it seems that way to me. However, the main thing is what's going to happen, and these are the real picture of 3 of those heifers that are in Israel. What's going to happen is that one of them is going to be sacrificed. The rabbi will check them over before the ceremony, and it'll be done on Passover. And the animal will be burnt, and the ashes will be mixed with water. And those who need to be sanctified for building of the temple will be sprinkled with the water. The tools will be sprinkled with the water. And I guess anybody who's unclean, from there on in, they're going to have enough water and ash to go around for a while. So I thought I'd just update you on that. And if you want to get deeper into it, you can go to the book of Numbers, chapter 19, and read all the way through. But it does repeat itself, and it is explicit about what it's used for. But mainly at that point in time, it was about people who were dying, people dying in a tent, or the body of people that these Israelites might come across. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll be back with another edition shortly.